I've seen the Warframe NoClip documentary. I thought it was great. I think I have my YouTube muted. Okay, there we go. I've seen the Warframe NoClip documentary. Thought it was fantastic. Now we're gonna watch the Final Fantasy. This one is titled Documentary Part 1 1.0. I'll be real. I don't know how anyone played this game in 1.0. I'm eventually gonna try Final Fantasy 11. I doubt I'm gonna enjoy it. We'll see. But 1.0, man, that looked rough. That just looked rough. It didn't look like a good time. Please enable subtitles. Oh, great heavens. Closed captions, that'd be right. Okay, let's say. Also, let me turn off my music. Had a fun moments, though, but rough. It just didn't look like a fun game to me, personally. Also, let me know if the volume's good.
Square is buried deep into the culture of Japan. Originally a spin-off from Masafumi Miyamoto's father's Powerline construction firm, for over 30 years its games have helped power the rise of Japanese games development. There's no shortage of games that live under the Square Enix banner, but none as big as Final Fantasy. From our Western perspective, there's an air of mythos around the company. Except the truth behind the series' title is that it was named Final Fantasy as it was Square's make-or-break game to avoid it.
I've only played Final Fantasy 15. I'm a fraud. I'm a LARPer. It is what it is. Final Fantasy 15 is a great game. I don't care if you think otherwise. Just throwing that out there. That being said, I know the other ones are great games. Except 8. I think people hate 8. But other than that, I know people love the games.
Bankruptcy. And even if the real answer
Hearts,
has more to do with creating an acronym that could be pronounced by both Eastern and Western audiences, it's that first story that gets told. That's the legacy of this series. Stories about adventures that get passed from generation to generation. As nearby as the arcades of Akihabara and as far as the playgrounds of Europe.
Is it too low or is it good, boys?
The series has moved from numeral to numeral. There have been high points and low. But with each new game comes the promise of a new story. A new myth. The story of what happened with Final Fantasy XIV is one such myth. What we know about it comes from old reviews, archived message board threads, and through conversations with those who were there.
That's 11, right? That looks like 11.
Reason for this is that the original version of Final Fantasy XIV doesn't exist anymore. Unlike the vast majority of other old games, there is no way of playing it. It was redacted, painted over. Where once stood a game that threatened to sink the Final Fantasy brand forever, now stands the second most popular subscription MMO in the world.
I'm very big on like stop killing games, and obviously this is very different. Like the game shut down for different reasons. You can keep Final Fantasy 1.0 over there forever. I don't know, man. It just didn't look like a good time to me. Like we watched the final boss fight. I mean that looked like the game looked good. Like the graphics look good, but I don't know, man. Like the gameplay. Stuff like that, like it just wasn't scratching for me. It really was rough. Final Fantasy XI is a pre-WoW era, so a lot of the designs look closer old school to MMORPGs like EverQuest. Yeah, exactly.
And as the years pass us, the myth of that original version and its incredible redemption story are at risk of disappearing. How did it all happen? How did the same studio that shipped a broken mess turn it all around in 2 years? Why did they make the decision to keep the old version still alive while secretly working on a brand new game? And how did they manage to make all of this, the redesign and rebirth, part of the game's lore? We knew this was a story worth telling, not only for those who were there to see it all go down, but for the millions of you who have never heard about this, who never...
I feel like this is so badass. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it that after this cutscene happened, the game was legitimately offline for like a year and a half, right? Like, I think that... I believe, hold on, let me double check. Was it a year and a half or was it 2 years? Yoshi P was asked about 1.0 servers. I had a response, nightmare. Oh, classic 1.0 servers. Brother, I'll be real with you. I don't think we need a 1.0 classic server for 14. I think we're good on that. For 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, etc. I wish I played 1.0 to be there. I could see this particular like spot, like when like this falls and then you see the cutscene and then it goes down for 2 years. Then you see a Realm Reborn getting like, getting kind of relaunched. That is such a smart marketing move, bro. Like imagine like you played Final Fantasy 1.0, you played it for however many hours, hundreds of hours or whatever, you're invested in the world, you're invested into the story, and they turned it into lore wise of why the game relaunched. Like I wonder how well Final Fantasy 14 would have done if they relaunched without it being completely tied to the lore. I don't know. Maybe it would have been just as good or maybe not. I don't particularly know, but I just feel like this truly builds a massive level of anticipation for people to be like, holy fuck, I got to go back into that world. You know, 1.0 was fun in its own ways. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure 1.0 was fun. Like, besides me being a dick about it, like, the gameplay to me doesn't look good. 1.0 characters have meteor tattoo. Yeah, they have a tattoo, and then they have like the discount, bro. They have the discount.
For those who were there to see it all go
Lucky
down,
motherfuckers.
but for the millions of you who have never heard about this, who never knew the extraordinary lengths the development team went to save this game. So we did just that. Pack your bags, friends. NoClip is heading to Tokyo.
Dude, I love NoClip, man. They're so good. They're really good at this. Tattoo discount and special chocobo. Yeah, yo, that's all. Like, again, that's cool. Like, it's like an exclusive I was there type of deal, right? An exclusive club. Hey, oh, it's 3 parts? I thought it was 2 parts. Damn, we gotta watch 3 parts? I will do 1.0 today. Or, yeah, 1.0. 6-month discount sub. I only paid $50 for 6 months. That's crazy. That's not bad at all. The death and rebirth of Final Fantasy XIV Online. It's such a crazy thing, bro. Is this game still the #2 highest paid active sub MMO, or is that RuneScape at this point? I wonder if there's like public knowledge of that. What is the second most subbed MMO in 2026? Oh, I mean, it's AI, so take it with a grain of salt, obviously. But based on 2026 data, Final Fantasy XIV is widely considered the second most popular active sub-based MMO, trailing only behind World of Warcraft. Okay. I mean, shit. A W to them, man. At 5 max job levels 1.0, dude, the fact that you went through 5 max level jobs with all those time constraints is fucking insane to me. That's actually crazy. Do a real quick followed watching NoClip doc, real quick. Wait, what's MSW? What's that? I don't think there's any official data from SC. I don't think so either. Yo, Lloyd, what up, baby? What's good, brother? I don't think they released their numbers, which I'd be very curious. Fighting with Guild Wars 2 at this point? I think, isn't Guild Wars 2 completely free, though? I don't think Guild Wars 2 has a submodel. Actually insane. Actually, what are we insane, Lloyd? What are we? I can only guess. I'm guessing it's the second most popular MMO in the world right now. I would assume so, too. Guild Wars 2 is buy to play? Oh, it's buy to play? Okay. I feel like I got it for free. Lost Ark? I feel like Lost Ark is dead, bro. I don't know if Lost Ark is #2. Like, I'm pretty sure Lost Ark is going through it right now in the West. Massive in Korea and Russia. You're probably right. Yeah, no, you were right about that. Absolutely. Oh, fuck. Lost Ark until this moment? Yeah, man. Are bigger than WoW and Final Fantasy XIV in Korea. I mean, that makes sense, like with the pay-to-win aspects and shit. Like, that genuinely does make sense. Since it's, sheep. 1.0.
Hello and welcome to Shinjuku, Tokyo, home of Godzilla, restaurants full of dancing robots, and Square Enix, one of the most prolific video game companies in the world. For the past few months, I've been playing catch-up with this story, playing the latest version of the game, talking to players, and watching community retrospective series like the Speakers Network's fantastic fall and rise of Final Fantasy XIV. My goal, to make sure we ask the right...
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep the rewinding very limited. I apologize, guys. You know me, I be yapping and shit. Seeing this, though, just makes me feel so nostalgic. Like, I know the onboarding process is rough, and I know it's tedious and shit, and I know the combat's slow at the beginning, but this just makes me so fucking nostalgic. Like, I actually really fucking love this game. Yo, Godhand, what up, baby? Like, such a good fucking video game.
My goal, to make sure we asked the right questions when we sat down with the team. During our time here in Shinjuku, we're going to talk to everyone from the engineers who worked on the original game to localization
the game loves you,
leads,
it's fucking
community
better.
managers, and even the CEO of the company. All to allow them the opportunity to tell their side of this
Yoshi P,
fascinating
right?
story. The fall and rise of Final Fantasy XIV happened in real time in front of millions of people around the world. But we wanted to know about this story from an entirely new perspective, from inside the corporate machine that made it happen, that led to its terrible launch and ultimately its incredible rebirth.
See what you did there.
My name is Michael Christopher Kojifonks. I am the English localization lead for Final Fantasy XIV.
W-Mans.
Middle name being Koji. It's not something I gave myself. It's a name my father gave me. My father was stationed in Japan for 2 years in the Navy when he was young. went back to the States.
Bro, he had to clarify because some dude would probably be like, yo, man, did he just give himself a name because he's translating? Koji's a cool dude. He looks cool. He looks cool. I mean, they all look wholesome, man. They all look like good people.
My mom had me. They wanted to give me a Japanese name. The family was having none of that, so they kind of snuck it in the middle name. But then they always called me Koji, and so I guess the
Chad, what if we just moved to Japan, man?
My dad, being in the Navy, didn't really learn a lot about Japan other than he really liked Japan, but didn't learn any of the language. So I always knew that my name was Japanese.
Let's go.
But
That's
beyond
what I'm saying,
that,
bro.
I really didn't know anything about Japan. But there was always that little seed in there. And then when I got into high school, there's a Japanese class, and I like games. Oh, they make games in Japan. Hey, let me study Japanese. If I study Japanese, I can play all those cool Japanese games that never come out over in America.
Yo, I feel like if you were a gamer as a kid, at least like around the time I was growing up, like the love you had for Japan is just so crazy. You can move in with Johnny Somali. No, I'm good, bro. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix being Japanese only, or Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix being Japanese only, or you seeing like all these games, like the first time you get into anime and shit. Like I don't know, man. I feel like every gamer at one point or time has like went through a phase of just like being fucking obsessed with Japan as a child, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's still adults like that as well. I mean, again, I would love to fucking go to Japan. It's just expensive as shit. But, like, there's no way people were not, like, obsessed with it, bro. Like, watching old wrestling video games that were, like, on the N64 that were Japanese only that I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could play. It's like, holy shit, bro.
And it kind of just snowballed.
They just have so much cool shit.
When I graduated from high school,
then we have
I
fucking
took a trip to
clavicular,
Japan
like,
for
shit.
3 weeks, homestay type of thing, and I fell in love with it. And during that period, I got to visit a lot of schools and a lot of English classes in those schools. And I thought, wow, I could probably do, I know English, I could do this, this will be easy. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I studied a couple years at a university in America, then transferred over to Japan, started over 4 years at a university in Japan.
Wow.
Got my teaching license, and yeah.
It's hard work being a teacher.
Yes, I mean, I loved it, but I mean, it was very draining. And that's why pretty much after you'd go to school, 6 in the morning for morning basketball practice, because I was the basketball coach, because as my principal said, hey, you're tall, you're the basketball coach. Then you'd get into classes. I mean, I'd have my homeroom class, then I'd have, 6 or 7 other classes.
Oh my God. He said, oh, someone's going to comment, actually, Ethan, that wasn't funny. You're a piece of shit. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Sorry.
Teaching, then you'd have after school, all of a sudden it's, oh, there's
Resist.
basketball, and then you'd get home and you'd correct. So I was
Can't
really
believe they predicted
always
that.
at school every day. It was very draining, and I would go home and I would play FF11. It was how I was able to relax, and being able to go into my little room and turn off the lights and put on my headphones and get into that world of Vana'diel was something that helped me escape from the stress. And then it just happened to be, one day I was online, checking for 11 related information, and I saw that Square Enix was hiring, looking for a translator, and it just kind of, wow, that would be really cool.
That would be sick. That would be sick, bro. And
Koji
then he was
wasn't
fired.
alone.
No
Final
match.
Fantasy XIV was launched in 2010, but the story of this game starts 8 years earlier with the launch of Final Fantasy XI, Square's first MMO, the early days of online. Many of the team who worked on 14 started on 11. One of those was Kasuga-san, who joined the company in 1999 to build a network infrastructure for this fledgling MMO.
Is it still
自
popular?
分はネットワークとサーバー担当で入っていて、なので一番最初にやっていたのが、
Implementing
まあ、
online
当時
connectivity?
プレイステーション2で初めて
Bro, do you remember the PlayStation 2 internet? It's got a loyal group. I know it still gets updates, I believe, every now and then. PlayStation 2 internet. Wait, let me see if I can find this thing. PlayStation 2 internet. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It was this. It was fucking this. Wait. Let me see if I can find it. PlayStation 2 network adapter. Bro, I remember getting this to play Resident Evil Outbreak online with other people. Resident Evil Outbreak 2. And I remember just raging so hard because I couldn't communicate with other people. Dude, this is like such a fucking throwback, bro. that came with Final Fantasy XI when you purchased it back then. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Wow, bro, I had one. No, same. We still get updates for first 11, really. Final Fantasy 11 still has a ton of players. Even has a massive resurgence. They had to close the character creation on a bunch of servers because of how many people. Jesus Christ. 11 came in a time capsule MMO. There's a lot of flaws with it, but it's got a charm and its flaws. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people prefer the classic style version of MMOs compared to like to the modern day for a lot of different reasons, whether it's nostalgia or just it feels better for them personally. And so like that's why people love classic. That's why people love 11 and shit. I could see like 11 still doing well, but yeah, man, dude, this is just such a massive throwback, bro. Holy fuck. I forgot that shit existed, son. Dead ass. Oh, or the one in GameCube. Yes, PSO. Phantasy Star Online is another fucking MMO we gotta play, bro. I gotta play that. I gotta find out how to I'll figure out how to download it. Do love the old stuff, but I'm excited for 14. Oh yeah, I mean, I love 14 too. I don't know, man. I feel like for me, 14, it's gonna sound weird, but one of the things I like about 14 is the fact that it is a bit more on like the slower side, I guess, where I just don't feel like I need to rush. I feel like I don't need to rush the game. And while some of the missions can be tedious, like we're in Heaven's Ward right now, and I had to talk to like 13 different NPCs back and forth in the same fucking area to finish one quest. Like, yes, people could find that annoying and shit, but I do like the fact that if you want to have the full experience, the game is not compromising in the sense of, again, you could buy a story skip, right? You could absolutely do that. But I kind of like the facts like, hey, play all of these expansions. You could do all of this. They have minimum item level, no echo, so that way you could experience the game of how it was back during the time of each release, and you feel like you can just play all of that shit. Like, all of the content is valuable, and so it doesn't make me feel like I have to rush. Like, that is my favorite part of the game. That's why I love it so much. It's such a good thing. Honestly, I wish every fucking MMO would do that, bro. Like, if WoW Retail would do that, where you could lower your item level to fucking go into Molten Core, I believe it was an event at one point, I'd hop on that shit tomorrow, but it is what it is. It's one of the few MMOs focused on the journey instead of just the end game. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, like, Classic is like that as well, and I can't speak for, like, Phantasy Star and stuff like that. I feel like Phantasy Star is probably, like, on the journey as well. I'm not talking about 2, obviously, but, yeah, I don't know, I really like that to it. I think it adds a level of charm and enjoyment that I don't really get from other video games.
まあ、厳密にはドリームキャストがその前にあるんですけれども、まあ、プレイステーションプラットフォームとしてはオンライン要素が入って
Yeah, oh, they showed it! Fuck! We could have just waited!
プレイステーション2でネットワークを作るために、
so goated,
まあ、TCP/IP のドライバーを作ったりとか、
so cool.
まだ当時モデム通信の時代だったんで、PPP 通信とか、まあ、あと ADSL がちょうど普及し始めた時期だったんで、まあ、ADSL の認証として使われた PPPoE とかっていうその本当にネットワークの下の部分、まあ、今だとあんまし誰も書かないようなところを書くっていう担当で入社してました。
まあEU に関して言うとね、まあスクエアエニックスって言いますか、スクエアが初めてまあオンラインのあれだけの規模のMMORPG。
Guys, you could see the captions, right?
いやもう正直いろんなことがありましたよ当時ね。こんな言っちゃっていいのかな？言っちゃっていいの？OK なの？あ、いいんだ。まずね、どういうことなの？
Ultima Online, yup.
まあ、あの時はMMO とかね、海外だとウルティマとか、
Ultima Online changed the game.
まあ基本的に PC ですよね。で、俺らが今週末期でやるなんて、もう無謀の極みだとかってね、もうたくさんそういうふうに言われました。
Fucking genius, bro.
PS2 の
Fucking genius, man.
ハードディスク、BB キットなんかもですね、もう何台出すんだとか、そういうの吸ったもんだして、いろんなことがありましたんで、まあほとんどまあ不可能だとかでよく言われてました。
Hold on a sec. I'm curious. How big is Final Fantasy XI? It's 14 to 15 gigabytes. How big was Final Fantasy XI on PlayStation? How did they get it to run? At launch, Final Fantasy XI was approximately 6 gigabytes installation space. To play it, users needed an official PS2 internal 40 gigabyte HDD and network adapter. Over time, multiple expansions. Bro, imagine we look back now, you download any random fucking game, and it's at least like 60 gigabytes. Back during then, PlayStation 2, you needed a 40 gigabyte HDD drive to play a game. Or to play Final Fantasy. That's so crazy. I played so much Ultima Online. It looks like such a good game, man. Is it still around? Is it something I could still play or no? When I was doing my research for my MMO video about like the rise of MMOs in the fall, like that was the one that really caught my eye. I was like, okay, this actually looks fun as fuck. It's amazing how much games have grown. Yeah, it's also bad though because they're so fucking big. Also, Charlie, enjoy, brother. I appreciate you, man. It's still around, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's dope. That's dope. That's something one day we could probably just do as like a little side quest. There's so many things we could do. Just so much fucking content to make. Jesus.
成功なんて。
11 was my first MMO. I hadn't played one before. I remember purchasing the PlayStation 2 broadband unit because they were all sold out. I ended up paying double on like some Yahoo auction or something like that.
Bro, that's crazy.
Ridiculous, but I had to play it. We got a new internet connection. We were on a regular modem at that time, but because we needed a new modem, we had to upgrade to ISDN 128.
That's so wild.
But yeah, it was definitely worth it. It was something that was completely new to me, but fascinating. And ever since then, I've been into MMOs. That was the gateway drug for me. Going in from FF11 and then trying some of the Western MMOs as well. Getting into World of Warcraft, seeing the differences between the two.
Personally, I think it's very different. I mean, here in Japan from the Western market. Because,
for sure.
Yeah, it is for everyone in the globe. I mean, it's very first MMORPG on the console, PlayStation 2. And also, I mean, it was the first ever
goat shit, bro.
Cross-platform MMO between PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360.
It was on 360?
The obvious one is the most Japanese people don't very like to speak, chat in
I did
public.
not know that.
Right. So, I mean, in the world, there's a lot
That's
of characters.
crazy, Swarman.
But
That
it's
is
very
crazy.
quiet because people are using a tell instead of the say or shout. And then, but if you go to the Western world, game world, I mean, every single one is shouting around.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying to get in voice chat and yell,
different.
motherfuckers.
While in the West, you have your EverQuests and you have your Ultima Onlines. In Japan, there was none of that. And then, so Final Fantasy XI was really one of the first MMOs in Japan. And
That's so
getting to
wild.
work with basically the pioneers of the Japanese MMO.
Yo, I appreciate the follow, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dab me up. That means the world to me. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome in, homie. Welcome in. 2-line BBS in the early 90s. It is so crazy how shit has changed, bro. I did not know 11 was on the 360. Bro played for 7 years. God damn, son. I mean, them being like the first MMO on console is such a massive W. Like, I that has to absolutely contribute. I mean, they were going to be big regardless because like there was no big MMO in Japan, but like that absolutely contributed to the massive success and the fact that it had cross-platform with PC and everything else. Like that's
was
goated.
really exciting. On the other hand, I mean, you could also say that it was possibly kind of a curse in the sense that they were all, doing their own thing. They had their vision of what an MMO should be and what
11's not pay to win,
MMO
right?
Should be.
I don't think it is.
And then me, again, not having played an MMO before, getting on this team and thinking, okay, this is an MMO, and translating away and working in that project, I kind of, started thinking, okay, this is what an MMO is, this is what an MMO is. And then that one day I start playing WoW and it's like, oh.
That's fire casted.
Oh. Seeing the differences between the two and saying like, okay, what I thought was the norm in Final Fantasy XI, the grinding for 20 hours to go up one level and then only to have your level drop when you pull too many crabs and it kills you and you've lost 5 hours work. Like, I thought that was normal. And then you're like,
wait, that's how 11 is? Wait, Dada, is 11's leveling that fucking strict? Holy fuck. Like, I knew the older ones were de-leveling. Wow. If you die, you lose XP. Is it still like that to this day? That's fucking... Again, I knew the older MMOs had that. I had no idea about, like, 11's actual core mechanics. If you die, you die. Fucking shit. That's how MMOs were in general before WoW. Yeah, so, like... So again, like in my video, I spoke about how WoW made it less painful, right? Where you just kind of die... and you just go back to your respawn point, but you still have your XP, you still have your items and shit, like you're not getting looted. Like I know Ultima Online, you would die and they take all your shit and they run with it. I didn't know 11 was like that as well, though. I think they fixed that in current 11. I see. 11 is like that much anymore. Yo, what up, Durham? I appreciate you, brother. Welcome in, homie. Dap me up. Got it. That's crazy. That is insane. I wrote a Java app for 11 where you put your party's info and it would tell you what skill chains were available. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's wild, son. That honestly, that sounds insane, but I could see it being super frustrating, but I could also see why people would like that. Like, you got to be really meticulous with what you fucking aggro. I mean, it's the same way you got to be like in WoW Classic. Fucking, I started a mage because I was trying to be a rogue and I just could not multi people. It was too much, right? In Eureka, where you level down. Wait, Final Fantasy XIV has a system that in Eureka, what is that, a server? Can you actually level down if you... Yeah, but you never fucking die in 14, bro. I don't think I have died in the open world of 14 once yet. Maybe when we get to the current endgame, but I like the current day in Mage, but I haven't died in 14 once in the open world. Relic grinding, got you. Also has aspects of certain areas. Oh, in Eureka, wait, Eureka side content. What the fuck is that? In EverQuest 1, if you died, all your stuff was on your course, you'd easily lose a week of XP or more. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Side content is Stormblood. Okay, I see. We'll get to that eventually then. We'll get to that after Heaven's Ward.
Not normal, is it? The Japanese base game, Final Fantasy XI, had already released, and they were working on the first expansion pack, Rise of the Zalart. I was part of the team that was working to get the base game and Rise of Zalart all translated before the Japanese Rise of Zalart was finished, so we could all release at the same time.
Right. Did you get it on time?
I got it on time. I haven't missed the deadline yet. That's one thing I'm proud of.
I hope they're all these people still with the company, man.
Final Fantasy XI was a huge success for Square Enix. It established a concurrent user base of around 250,000 players for years. It was the most profitable Final Fantasy game ever, and at one stage was the 6th most popular game on all of Xbox Live.
Wow.
More than that, it established the Japanese style of MMO. And when the decision was made in 2005 to start work on a sequel, the new MMO was built around things that made 11 successful, focusing, like most Final Fantasy games do, on beautiful graphics and an interesting battle system. This new game was to be directed and produced by the same duo that shipped 11, series veteran Hiromichi Tanaka and Nobuaki Komodo. Final Fantasy XIV was announced for Windows and PlayStation 3 in 2009. Behind the scenes, the development team was struggling to put the pieces of it.
I still love this logo. I don't care what anyone says. I think this logo is fire. I mean, obviously the new one's better, but I do fucks with this logo heavily.
Its new world together.
まあ、ファイナルファンタジー14のその最初のバージョンの、自分が見た時の一番大きな問題点、最終的にそれが問題だったと考えているものっていうのは、その最初のコンセプトとしてそのプランナーがスクリプトを書くことによってゲームを作っていこうで、利点としては、プランナーが考えて自分たちで実装するんで高速な開発ができる。要はそうじゃないと基本的にはプランナーさんものを考えて開発者にエンジニアに相談してどう実装するかを決めて、でゲームデザインをする人はそのどういうパラメータをいじりたいかとかを相談しながらエンジニアと話をしてものを作っていかなきゃいけないんですけれども、そこの部分に関してスクリプトを導入すると自分で考えて自分で実現することができるようになるっていう発想で、ゲーム実装の大半がスクリプトで組まれてたんです。でそのスクリプト UI の問題もそうなんですけれども、ゲームも UI も基本的にはスクリプトで書かれている。
I think when we watched there was like a mini docu-series from some dude like the Rise and Fall of Final Fantasy. I believe they said the UI was bad in 14 base, right? I'm pretty sure people said 1.0's UI was garbage.
でスクリプトを動かすエンジン側がかなり負荷が高いっていうか CPU をたくさん使わないと動かない状態になっているんで、ちょっと
That shit is running horribly.
少し何かをするだけでも
horribly.
非常に CPU リソースを使うことになっていて、すぐに
fuck.
サーバーが回るサイクルが遅くなっていくっていうことが問題
Bro's moving like a turtle. Like Jesus Christ.
結果としてそのサーバーでできることは少ない、あとゲームとしてサーバーで実現できるところは少ないですし、何かしようとすると負荷が上がる。
The worst map in gaming history, fucking Yolda. Just saying. There's different field options now. Oh, okay, I see. I mean, I'm excited to try it. They're still in game, by the way. It's in the Western Thamland. This area's still in the game. Was this not Yolda? Pretty sure that was Yolda.
サーバーが回るサイクルが遅くなっていくっていうことが問題として発生していました。で、結果としてその
That looked just like Yolda.
サーバーで実現できるところは少ないですし。
Oh, the area that's sitting on the dock? Okay, yeah, but no, this is Yolda.
何かしようとすると負荷が上がっちゃうんで、じゃあそれを解決するためにどうしようとかっていうことで、結果的にそのゲーム内容としてリッチなものが実現できなくなっているってことが起きてましたね。で、UI もスクリプトで組まれていたので、なんかちょっと処理するだけでもすごい時間がかかるっていうような問題が発生していました。
like I mentioned before, again, localization being in a position where we get to see all the parts come together first. We were some of the first to realize that, Houston, we have a problem. That type of situation. I mean, you had the battle team. They're like, yes, we have this great battle system, with stamina and these things that you could do. And then you had this story team. That, yes, we have this story. Oh, hey, we have these guild leads and all of these parts. And everyone was really, really proud of their parts. Look at this grass. It's so beautiful.
Oh,
Look
fuck
at this
yeah!
Barrel. It's the
I love this
beautiful
fucking barrel, dog.
Represented in graphical form.
It's got as many polygons as a character.
Yes, and all of those parts, all of these teams, again, very, very proud of their work. I mean, the team was, put together some of the best
This looks
minds
horrible.
in Square Enix.
Holy shit.
You had people that were, leads that could probably even, lead their own projects, were all come together, and it became a lot of just tiny little groups making something that was really great. But once you put it together, it was kind of a mess. No one really knew that, except for localization and probably QA as well. And we're like,
them adding a stamina system to me is like such a crazy thing. Like the fact that they had the gacha version of a similar gacha version stamina system 1.0 would absolutely mean dead on arrival for me. I hate any fucking stamina type of systems. I think it's so garbage. I understand weekly lockouts of like doing a raid and getting loot over and over again. That to me makes sense. But like daily and weekly stamina, I just fucking hate those artificial barriers, man. So ass. 1.0 Black Shroud. Also, you haven't seen a bad map onto the 1.0 Black Shroud map. Maybe they'll be in this. We'll see.
We need to do something, but by then it was one of those, it's kind of too late to do anything. But for us, we would be looking at the text, and some of it, it wouldn't make sense, or it would just be very bland, and thinking, if there's any way to make this game better, what can we do? It's like, well, I can take this text and maybe add some more stuff into it, add some more flavor to it, and maybe that will distract people from the fact that the battle is not that fun.
At a fundamental level, the piecemeal design of the game was causing problems. Graphics were inconsistent. While many elements of the world were copy and pasted ad nauseum, some environmental objects had as many polygons and shaders as a character model. The battle system was just confusing. The game didn't have elements fundamental to most modern MMOs, things like jumping, auto attack, and the ability to interact with the map using a mouse. It had a system that nerfed hardcore players to make sure they didn't level up too fast. The UI was confusing. Crafting was incredibly complex and took forever. And simply, there just wasn't enough content. The closed beta wasn't going well. They needed more time to fix these problems, so the open beta was pushed back to within a month before launch.
Oh,
the team knew there were problems.
Oh, wait a second. Is that not Minfilla's mom? Was she in the original game? Oh, that's Minfilla's mom, right? Or am I bugging?
When beta was pushed back to within a month before launch.
Oh, I didn't know she was in base game.
And they were getting frustrated.
Who's talking to her? Go! What up, Gundam? What up, baby?
2010年
I'm putting up on
4
YouTube.
月から実際にリリースされる 8月ぐらいまでの間にやっていたことで、でゲームが本当に良くないっていうのがこう、みんなに認識されて自覚されていくっていうのは結局ベータが始まって製品版が始まってっていう、8月9月10月ぐらいまでの期間に起きたことなんですね。で、実際にはこうチーム内の意識としても
How long was this game up before they took it down? How long was FFXIV 1.0 up before it shut down? How long was this? Oh wow, it was long. It was around for a while. Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was alive for 2 years and 42 days. It originally launched on PC September 30th, 2010 and shut down November 2012. Holy, this shit was around for 2 years? They let it cook when they shouldn't have? Yeah, I'll be real, man. Like I feel like keeping the game up for like a year or something, but like 2 whole years? That's crazy. It really is insane how they had a bad game out for 2 years, and then they waited additional 2 years to fix the game, relaunch it. So in totality, you had to wait 4 years for A Realm Reborn, and the game was still popular. I don't think many studios could do that. I don't think many people would be able to capture back the audience. 4 years what? So it was launched for 2 years, and then it was down from 1 to 2 years. Okay, so fucking 3 years. Still 3 years. 3 years for this game to get good, and then it became fucking popular and blew up is insanity. Like, most people, like, would just stop playing the game. Like, a lot of people have their first impression, if a game is bad, they probably just don't come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a game like No Man's Sky, this is the power of Final Fantasy. It's fucking crazy, bro. Back then, they can get away with it. Now that kills games. I don't know, man. I think even back then, I don't think a lot of other developers would be able to get away with this, truly. I think just in general, a lot of people are pretty selective, even back then as well. No studio could ever do that now. I don't think so either. One of the most popular series in the world, true, but MMOs launches were pretty big moments. Maybe that's what it was. I guess maybe it is a time thing. I don't know. I just don't know if I could see another studio doing it the way they did it. An online gacha game dies in 3 to 6 months. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It gets held up by some whales for X amount of time, and then it just, boom, it goes bad, you know? Only a name as big as Final Fantasy. No, yeah. Fucking crazy. I think they announced that they were reworking at the end of 2010. I see. The cost of them plus the rarity of their releases caused a pretty big stir back in the day. I guess that can make sense. I don't think they released games like, not like Call of Duty, like yearly and shit, right? Like, they probably waited and put time in between. Again, one day we'll play a Final Fantasy game, but okay. Yeah, that's just insane to think of, genuinely.
リリース前、そのベータが始まる前から、
本当に Bro said we're questioning to release it, releases it for 2 years. Fuck. 2.0 closed beta, some screenshots from it. That's awesome, man. That is so awesome.
オフィシャルであったわけではないですけ
Full
れど
of
も、
public
開発
apology
者の中で
letter.
はやはりその
Jesus Christ.
世に出していいクオリティかどうかっていうところは議論がありました。
When 1.0 was getting made, was the mentality that, oh, we're not like, that's like their thing, and we have our very own successful thing over here, we're going to just make another one of those?
Right, and that's really what it felt like, is that we're going to continue doing what we did because it succeeded before. Why wouldn't it succeed again?
Yeah,
and
that's not it,
seeing
Chief.
that direction, you know, them taking that direction, and knowing that, you know, having worked on 11, that yes, they were very successful, seeing the success that they had with Final Fantasy XI, seeing these great creators, you know, creating something that was, I mean, revolutionary. But then on the other hand, knowing that what they were doing was, yeah, but maybe that worked 6 or 7 years ago, but a lot of things have changed since then.
He said, I'm sorry. Yo, it just fucking ruined it, bro. Anytime someone says 6, 7, it just fucking ruins it. I fucking hate that meme. I hate it.
And
it's ruined my life.
I think there was even one guy on the localization team that got to that point where he just got so frustrated that he just wrote this scathing mail and sent it out to the whole team before telling anyone else on localization he was going to write it. And then we all get it at the same time, the devs team. We're reading, it's like, wow, this is really terrible. I hope he doesn't. Oh, he sent it to the whole team.
Oh, fuck.
Because he just got really frustrated because he could, to him, I mean, they were being very stubborn. They weren't, you know,
Damn.
They hadn't moved on. Whereas the rest of the world had moved on and
yeah, you gotta move with the times, brother.
You know, with the release of WoW and what they had done.
WTBC.
Whereas, you know, the team here was like, no, we're going to stick with what we know, and that's good enough.
Fuck,
then
bro.
start feeling more.
Hey, let's go, Hallmark. I love that, brother.
Is it not fixed?
That's awesome.
Not fixed. Oh, then you announced the launch date, but it's not fixed. So, but still, some major portion of people are still thinking, believing, no, it's better, still better. Better phase, last phase, but still better. So it could be, I mean.
Massive cope. I feel like if you've ever played in betas before, I don't think people realize that, you know, you can't change the fundamentally whole video game within 2 to 3 months of a beta release to a live release. It just don't work like that, Big Chief. You know, it just doesn't. It just does not. It's fucking crazy.
It kind of went from thinking, okay, this project's going to be great, to, uh-oh, there might be some problems. Can we fix them? Can we fix them? Okay, we can't fix them.
Sidebar, I also think it's insane that the localization team and the QA teams were the one who realized that the game has a problem before any of the other developers did. Like, I'm not trying to shit on bros, obviously, because I fucking love this game now, but goddamn, the fact that no one else was able to see that issue, I think is such a glaring red flag. That literally the dude who had to read the shit in Japanese and translate it to English was like, hold on, guys, I think something's wrong. You know, they probably didn't know, but didn't care if they did. It's just crazy. What does that mean? Silo development. What is that? That's just wild to me.
Is there anything we can do? I don't know. It was, yeah.
Played all 4 phases of the beta and give feedback every time I could.
Experience.
Some first people to see the parts
team
together.
crossed their fingers and hoped that the game's beta problems were simply that, the same issues that most MMOs have, ones that could be fixed with patches once the game entered live operations. And so Final Fantasy XIV Online launched on September 30th, 2010. It sold well its first week, and after a month had over 600,000 players swarming into its world. But it didn't take long for the cracks to appear. The problems in the beta were echoed by new players. The game was sluggish, the servers crashed, and Eorzeans quickly ran out of things to do. Quests were limited, and the fatigue system even made grinding for XP next to impossible. Critics ate it alive too.
Let's get right down to it. Unless you've got the patience of Job or some kind of...
This whole video is a throwback to my childhood. This whole video is a throwback to my childhood, bro. Does anyone remember watching GameSpot as a kid? I used to love their website, bro. Is that you? I'm gonna... I got a DM for you, brother. I mean, the teams completely operate independently from each other and not really communicating what they're working on. Yeah, I mean, I think it also comes into the fact that they said they were stubborn, right? Stubborn thinking that it'll work because the Final Fantasy name will just carry through the cracks of like, oh, people will love it because it's a Final Fantasy game when in reality, at least they didn't proper QT. I think so as well, Dark Knight. I agree. GameSpot, Giant Bomb, X-Play, what a fucking goat, man. The magazines, Game Informer. I remember getting a Game Informer every month, bro, getting so fucking excited. Like, yo, bro, what is happening?
Masochist, you shouldn't play Final Fantasy XIV. Damn. Its problems are so vast that I could spend hours talking about them. The awful interface, the recycled content, the stringent limits on questing, the useless maps, the stupid market ward, these issues and dozens more constantly have you asking that age-old question, what were they thinking?
Oh shit, bro. So I miss Game Informer as well.
Seeing public reaction.
Yeah.
Where's the management? KC Torment.
It was very, I
did not know that.
Very disheartening. Because, you'd want to look at those and you'd want to say, no.
Don't worry, you did a good job. All the translations were perfect. Trust me. BioWare said similar things. During the production of Anthem, they had to remake the game like 4 times. Leadership would just say, we've always done it in the past. We'll just get it done and it'll be amazing like before. Dude, Anthem was such a garbage fucking game, bro. Holy shit. I remember re-downloading it because I wanted to do a video essay on it before like the game closed down. I gave up. I just gave up. I was like, this shit sucks. I think I got 4 hours and I'm like, I'm done, man. I don't give a fuck. Stop my Game Informer magazines. No, dead ass. Such a fucking throwback, bro. Oh my god. I wish I never threw out my Game Informer magazines and like my game booklets, but what
they don't
can you
understand.
Do?
They don't
my
know,
bitch mom made me do it.
Fuck.
I love you, mom.
Down, you'd know they were right. And that was what kind of, that dagger in your heart and it's twisting because, you want to defend what you worked on. I mean, the people that I worked with are the greatest people. I still, work with a lot of them. I had worked with them before in FF11. I consider them not only coworkers, but friends. But, and then you see people online, bashing the work they did. And I know how hard they worked. I know how many hours they put in. I know that like in the last 3 or 4 months, people were basically living at work, all putting their 100% into this game that was, destined to kind of crash and burn. And then to have people online just say, oh, that sucks, this person is a piece of shit, and their work is terrible. It hurts, but it hurts more because if I was not here and was a user and had played that game, I probably would have said the same thing.
That's so crazy.
そうですね。当時はね、私CFO やってたんで、なんですけども、ローンチのタイミングやっぱ一番大きく違ったのは11の時のいろいろごたごたねと9の14の時のごたごた一番違うっていうのは。11の時はいろいろごたごたあったけどゲームに関して言うとさすがに相当程度受け入れファン相当のやっぱり評価されたんですよね。でオペレーション上のねトラブルとかっていろいろ多分あるっていうこれはある程度つきもので大変だったんですけれどもそれはあったんですけどゲームに関して言うと非常に評価されたというふうに理解してますけれども前作の場合の一番やっぱ私はちょっとまずいなこれって思ったのはやっぱりゲーム自体の評価が非常に厳しいものだったということですね。これはちょっとやっぱり相当大丈夫かなというのをローンチした後ね、 やっぱりそこはね非常にリアルに感じましたね。
Yeah.
それはそうですね、ローンチして、しばらく経って、そんなに長い期間じゃなかったですね。そうしばらくなんでやっぱり相当なこのままで大丈夫なのかっていう社内でも相当やっぱ議論ありましたからね。
I mean, the first few months was just an endless stream of translating apology mails from producers and directors and finding out.
Sorry guys, I'm just locked in for a second.
Trying to figure out different ways of saying we're sorry, because the more you say it, the less weight it has. But Japan being a country where people apologize a lot, that's part of the culture. But then trying to translate that, it's like, okay, this is the 10th time I've said sorry in this one post, and
Final Fantasy producer gives one hell of an apology. What the fuck, bro? I used to use the magazines as mouse pads. No, dead ass, son. That's so sick. Like, that's so fucking crazy, bro. I just can't believe that it was that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. Like, and I didn't know it was live for fucking 2 years either. I thought it went down a lot faster than that.
It's like, yeah, people are going to look at that as insincere. The more you apologize, the more and then trying to explain that to the team.
This was bad. It was bad, bro.
Yes, you have to apologize, but and it just became, we weren't talking about the game anymore. We were talking about.
It's not the tester's fault. No, I agree with you, Torment, for sure.
And it seemed like that lasted for, a couple months.
Actually, we see a huge drop. I mean, right after the launch timing, we got good number of the subscribers. Then
Final Fantasy producer gives one hell of an apology. Oh, this is the whole thing? Wait, we should actually read that. We should literally read that afterwards, genuinely. It's eye-opening. It is. To see the massive comeback is correct. Like, again, I think this is like a top 5 game for me. I do. This is number 4 behind like Witcher 3, Kingdom Hearts, and Resident Evil 4. / Resident Evil Requiem, because those two are tied. But like this is a top 5 game to me, to see just like how fucking crazy and bad, and in some ways the developers just were not listening is mind-blowing, because I feel like they're doing such a great job now from what I have seen that it just doesn't feel like the same developers or the same company, right?
I mean, as you can imagine, so I mean, it was failure, and we announced failure, so we see lots of decline.
さっきも話した通り、実際にはその開発内でもその今リリースすべきかっていうか、リリースできるクオリティにあるかっていうのは、ベータ直前とかベータが始まってもそうなんですけど、常に疑問はあったので、リリースして実際にただ、それまでにチーム内にあった空気はやはり出したら意外と受け入れられる可能性があるんじゃないかっていう漠然とした出せばどうにかなるのかも、自分たちが思っているほど悪くないのかもっていう何の根拠もない希望的なものがあったんですよね。で出た結果、結局そんな魔法は起きなくて、やはり自分たちが感じている通りにまだ世に出すには早いというか、世に出せるクオリティに達していない商品を出してしまったっていう気持ちはみんなにあったので、実際に改善しなきゃっていうか、根本的に対応しなきゃいけないっていうところはチーム内に割とすぐ広がったと思ってます。なので特にすごいそんなことはないっていう意見がすごく強くあって、誰かを説得しなきゃいけないみたいなことは特になかったですね。
That note. It is similar to Cyberpunk's
Today,
return.
Square Enix is based across multiple floors in a modern office complex in Shinjuku, Tokyo. It's a company that is often designing multiple projects at once. And while Final Fantasy XIV was being developed, in another part of the building, a different game was being made. Produced by a Final Fantasy fan. His name? Naoki Yoshida.
What the fuck?
一番最初はファミリーコンピューターUS だとエンターテインメントシステムかのマリオブラザーズが一番最初にプレイしたゲームです。とにかくテレビの中、テレビっていうのは見るものだと思っていた。
Yoshi P? That's not his name though. Wait, what? Bro, his name is something different. His whole ass government name is that
his name?
Yoshida. Oh, Yoshi. I'm a little slow. Oh, hail Yoshi P. Oh, hail Yoshi P. I love you. I fucking love you. The P's for producer. P's for producer. Fuck, I'm dumb as fuck. Shit. American system. SNES, baby.
のマリオブラザーズが一番最初にプレイしたゲーム。
Go to Game Star Web, by the way. Go to Game Star Web.
テレビの中、 テレビっていうのはその見るものだと思っていた子供の時に。ところがそのマリオブラザーズで初めてそのコントローラーを握ってゲームをプレイした時に、まずそもそもテレビのものを自分が自由に動かせるっていうことがものすごいショックで、友達の家でプレイさせてもらったんだけど、ものすごい興奮したのを覚えてますね。ドラゴンクエストっていう日本で RPG を大きく広めたタイトルを初めて触った時に、アクションではないゲーム、数字のやり取りでこんなにまたさらにゲームは面白くなる、特にストーリーラインがあってっていう、また次のカルチャーショックを受けて RPG っていうジャンルにものすごくなんだろう、フォーカスしていくことになったかなとは思います。当然その翌年に出たファイナルファンタジーにもその映画的なその演出、ファンタジーをより強く打ち出したっていうところに
so more narrative driven. I assume that's where they got the idea from. And obviously the other Final Fantasies. To be more of a narrative
like
driven
most
game.
Japanese players at the time, Yoshida-san played all the early Final Fantasy games. He holds them in high regard, though he still holds the bitter memory of not being able to save before the last dungeon in Final Fantasy III. But when he was 11 years old, a brand new type of gaming experience arrived at home. His uncle gave him a PC. On this
oh
PC,
shit, now we're gonna play Frogger.
How to program BASIC. His first video game centered around trying to break into a bank vault. But this PC also exposed him to a spectrum of gaming that eluded most Japanese players. Western role-playing games. He fell in love with games like Diablo and was stunned when he first went online and played with other players.
でその翌年にウルティマオンラインをベータから
Ultima, everything goes back to Ultima Online, bro. Everything goes back. We gotta play that game, man. We need to just sit down and play it. We have to.
作品でやっぱり同じようなその3回目の勝利。
We gotta do a video essay on this game.
3000人が同時に一つの世界で遊ぶ。
I don't know, but for the 1.0 maps, what's going on, Harley? What up, baby? Welcome in, brother. I prefer the 1.0 maps. There are huge zones that could be explored. Sometimes I get lost in it. The scenery is great. You can spend hours just traveling one town to another. Enjoy the journey. Not grinding, quests or leveling ahead of time. But yes, each positive. I was like, yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. I absolutely understand that 100%. You hated Diablo. You'll hate Ultimate Online. Well, fuck it. We gotta do it anyways. We gotta do it regardless. We have to play the game. I hated Diablo 2. I think it's because I was just so used to Diablo 3 and Path of Exile. I think it's okay to prefer the 1.0 maps. I mean, like, Yoshi P, I believe... sidebar, did the YouTube stream end? Because it says that it ended on my side. But is it still live, or are we good? YouTube chat, can y'all type something? But, I believe they said that they're trying to... Wait. Did stream end? Can y'all see me? Hold up. Alright, great. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure. Sorry, again, I had to pause the thing real quick. Okay, so yeah, I believe Yoshi P said they're trying to make the open world more interactive for the new expansions. Now, again, I'm only in Heaven's Ward, so I don't really know. I can't give you like a good assessment. My general feeling right now is, as a whole, in totality, the open world, to me right now, the way I am playing the game and the way I'm going about it, kind of feels secondary. And it feels more of like I'm going zone to zone to zone for quests and dungeons and shit, as opposed to like in a game like Classic WoW, it feels more like a sandbox. So we'll see, man. I don't know how 1.0 was. Maybe 1.0 was more like that. It was more of like a sandbox open world type of deal. We'll have to see what happens with Evercold though. But I get liking like that 1.0. I think that's absolutely a fair take. On a side note, Ethan, the next FanFest keynotes at 4 a.m. EST. Yeah, we'll be live at 3 a.m. We'll be live for the whole thing. Absolutely. Well, at least for the important stuff. You know, we will be live for that next weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
the freedom was very big. Yes, it was. He'll be asleep. Fuck you. I'm gonna be alive just for that. I'm gonna be live just for that, baby. Only on Twitch though.
すごく紳士的なというか、コミュニティリーダー的プレイをするキャラクターと。
He was trolling motherfuckers in PvP. He was just killing them and stealing their shit. I see what I fucking told you. I told you, bro. I fucking told you he was out being a menace, man. Fucking Yoshi P, bro. Evil Yoshi P. Probably tasty. Thank you. I thank you for trying, though. I'll figure it out later, but I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the fuck out of you.
同じぐらいの比重で PC でゲームをかなり遊ぶようになってたので、 自分で PC パーツ買ってきて組み立てたりしてたし、でやっぱりそのあたりで FPS もかなりプレイし始めてたし、特に 3DMMO のスタートであるエヴァクエスト、その後プレイをし始めて、当時エヴァクエストのパッケージを日本で手に入れるのが本当に大変で、出張で東京に来た時に秋葉原をね、時間を作ってゾンビのように店をこううろうろして、エヴァクエストってゲームないですか、エヴァクエストってないですかって。
Yoshi P, true gamer, an actual go, bro. An actual go.
Yoshida-san would embark on a career in games that would eventually see him joining Square Enix to work on the Dragon Quest series. Though he wasn't working on the Final Fantasy team, he was part of the umbrella group that was allocating programmers to various projects. He didn't have granular visibility on FF14, but he knew the team was struggling.
He
I asked
in,
from his perspective as a producer where he thought the game's problems were coming from.
The game's problems it doesn't have me.
カットされるのかもしれないけど、クリスタルツールズって呼ばれる
Bro's about to spill the beans.
電車で作ろうとしていたので、腕のいいプログラマーが全部そのチームに各なんだろうゲームラインから招集されて、そのメインプログラマーがみんないないっていう状態になってしまったので、どのプロジェクトもものすごい大変な時期だった。
Oh, okay.
オリジナルの14がああなってしまった理由の一つでもあるかなとは思いますけど、さらに2つ大きな問題がそこに絡まっていて、スクエアエニックスその全体にプレイステーション2のジェネレーションで本当に世界一クオリティ、グラフィックスのクオリティが高い、そしてゲームエクスペリエンスがものすごく詰まったゲームっていうのをたくさんリリースしたので、本当にこうなんていうんだろう、ある意味自信過剰にもうなっていた時期で、自分たちが世界一だし。
Oh, so he's talking about the fact that like they wanted to be the #1 in graphics, so like they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna lock in on that." Also, yeah, you can make Tillian office. I don't give a fuck if Tillian wants to. By all means, I don't mind. He's spitting. No, he really is. He's out in these motherfuckers. 4 a.m. to 6:15, then live letter. Yeah, we'll be live for the keynote. That's not a problem. We'll be live for the keynote.
自分たちのグラフィックスこそが世界一だし、その作り方はその自分たちにしかできない。だから
graphics are not everything, bro. Like it really isn't.
成功体験って
like a fucking classic, bro. Classic looks like shit, but actually, I love it though. But it doesn't look as good as other games.
ものすごくおごってた。まあ悪い言い方をすればおごってた時期だったと思う。
Damn, son.
例えるとその刀を作る工匠のような職人たちが
calling these motherfuckers out, bro.
彼らが一つずつを手作りで作って。
Yo, what up? What up, Schmack? Can we get a fast shout out for Edie? What up, baby? What's good, brother?
実は世界は、まあ特にその北米を中心にテクノロジーでそれをカバーするっていうところをずっと追求してきた時期で、プレイステーション3
They try to like be the #1 game on PS3.
テクノロジーの方がそれを上回るっていう時期が来たせいで、作り方を変えようとはしない。
They didn't grow.
だけどテクノロジーも追いつけないっていうことから、さらにそれを知ってるはずのプログラマーたちはミドルウェアの制作に行ってるっていう状態で、
Damn, son.
でもグラフィックス作ってるそのアーティストたちは自分たちの作り方こそが世界一だと思ってるので、古い作り方で引き続きものすごく負荷のかかるやり方でアセットを作ってたので、もうそれらが絡まってっていうのが、まあもう一つの大きな、さっき2つあるって言った問題の1つ目がそれですね。もう一つはプライドはいついかなる時でもとても大切なものだとは思うんですけど、そこにやっぱり超巨大な
It really does seem like they were kind of, I don't want to say banking, but it seems like they were kind of under the impression, yo, what up, Afflex? What up, baby? Also, we're watching a documentary of Final Fantasy XIV, the fourth greatest game of all time ever. What up, brother? It seems like they were kind of banking on like, hey, Final Fantasy XI was a success, and we're fucking Square Enix, and we're the goats. We make the best graphical looking games of all time, so we just think that it's going to do good, right? They were kind of banking on their good reputation in the genre to succeed. And I'll be honest with you, brother, that just probably is not really going to work, especially in something like this. Take pride in their work. Yeah, it's great, man. Also, PP, what up, baby? They were hella banking. Yeah, man. If the Japanese man has an anime hair, you know he's the GOAT. No fucking dead ass, though. Absolutely. Yeah, that's rough, man. It's a tale all the time of gaming. Anything else, if you don't innovate, you'll get left behind. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to say that it's obviously like a good thing, but like in some ways it is kind of a good thing, like because then you have a great product in 14 and the company had to develop and they had to become better, right? You're only as good as your latest project, exactly, and like you can't just keep making the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to keep growing. Like at some point stagnation is going to creep in, right? I've been saying since PS3 that a lot of publishers are chasing graphics at the cost of gameplay and story. It's not exactly what he's saying here, but it's the same mindset of putting graphics first. Yeah, no, exactly, I agree with you. Like they say, pride comes before the fall. Exactly, brother. Yeah, you can. Like, by all means, if Tilly wants to be an FC, I don't really care. Like, whatever, you know. If he wants to be an officer, don't matter to me. If that's what he wants to do, I don't fucking know anything about the FC. I'll be honest with you. Graphics are nice, but you need. I mean, again, graphics aren't everything. Look at old school RuneScape. Like, old school RuneScape is a banger. I started playing that off stream. Super fun, super fun. Old school RuneScape is like you're just chopping down trees, fighting enemies. It's literally a point and click, but somehow old school RuneScape is just like there's a satisfaction with that gameplay loop, and even with like catching, like going after armor and shit and like aesthetics. It's like, yes, it's not the most beautiful game in the world, but like it's just fucking fire, right? Firm believer of gameplay over graphics. I agree with you 100%, absolutely, without a doubt.
体験をしたっていうこと自体が乗っかってきちゃうと、その自分たちの作るゲームこそがベストであって他をあんまり見る必要がないっていう時期でもあったんじゃないかなと思っていて
Important immersion is a key aspect of your game.
当時世界
Important when immersion. Yeah. Well,
MMORPG.
That's what I feel like developers kind of have to make their distinction of. It's like, hey, do you want to be the most immersive game of all time and like make it look super hyper realistic and whatnot, or is it one of the things where you want to make the game and the gameplay speak for itself, or like the narrative, right? And I think the better way to go around it is to not always try to make everything super realistic. Like, there's actually a trending post right now going on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. A lot of people are, funnily enough, making World of Warcraft look more realistic, and they're so obsessed with this. I have seen this post like every single fucking day. Let me see if I can find it. I might have bookmarked it. I don't know why people are doing this, but it looks so ugly. Like, this does not look good. This genuinely looks like, obviously this is like AI slop, but I don't want to have the hyper realistic version of these World of Warcraft characters. I like that old art style. I don't want to see that shit. Like, it does look like a really shitty version of Raid Shadow. Like, this guy looks like fucking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like fucking Jesus. Like, what is this, bro? So I feel like there's this whole obsession on graphics and stuff. Like, you have so much more of an identity with something like this, or like Final Fantasy XIV, as opposed to just like making everything super hyper realistic. Because realistically, if everything looks real, then it's not going to stand out, because it just looks like something else you've seen every other day. Like, there's no substance to it. There's no identity. There's no, oh my God, why would I think this is different? Because it's like objectively not, right? It's just, I'm so tired of seeing that fucking post, man. Want to see real things that go outside? Exactly. Like, fuck that. Who cares? Style of hyperrealism? 100%. I agree. Also, what Tillian said. Tillian said, yo, Ethan. Dude, chat, read this shit. Yo, Ethan, you were the most beautiful, handsome man of all time, and we really love you, and we appreciate your streams, and you should sub. Thank you so much, Tillian. I appreciate that, man. Straight up. That's what I said. Yes, sir. At first, I hate the WoW side, but at least it's identifiable. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. None of the people are familiar with that game? Damn, bro. Not knowing WoW is a crime. That's crazy work.
自分たちが世の中に対して新しいそのビデオゲームを
リリースしようとす
るときにライバルになるタイトルは何だろうとか、ユーザーは今プレイヤーはどこにそのゲームエクスペリエンスの最新の状態をプレイしてるんだろうっていうのを知らないっていうのが感覚として僕には結構信じられない。なんでもっとみんなゲームプレイしないの？だって自分たちがどう分かんなくなっちゃうよっていうのが まあ言いたい。で特に14の場合に
A streamer is schizo?
ファイナルファンタジー11の超巨大な
Well, 42 Days of Final Fantasy doesn't motherfucker no dead ass. It really does. It
体
really
験っていうの
does.
が邪魔をしたっていうのもあるとは思うんだけど、あの当時はエヴァークエストを徹底的にプレイをして、だからこそ11を作ったはず。
Sidebar, I started playing EverQuest Legends. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'm going to try to give it a shot again when it comes out again, but just not for me. I just know it's not for me.
なのに新しいレストランをオープンするときに隣にあるレストランがどんなメニューを出していてどんなサービスをしているかを知らずにレストラン作る回転させる人はいないんじゃないって。
Yeah, not being aware of what the other people are doing is a little crazy.
The launch stage then of 1.0. What was the feeling within Square Enix? The beta was quite close to launch. Were people anticipating that there would be negative feedback, or were they less aware that that was going to happen, I guess?
僕は他のチームにいてすごくベータの評判が悪いっていうのはネットでニュースは見てましたね。ただ多かれ少なかれ MMORPG のローンチは絶対に荒れやすい。サーバーがすぐ落ちるとか、ストレステストをやってるけどプレイヤーの方は遊びたいからやっぱりサーバーが落ちるとやっぱりすごく文句を言って当然だと思いますし、だから僕もやっぱり11を作ったチームだからそうは言っても11のやっぱり完成度が高いのでそこと比較をしてあの機能がないこの機能がないっていう話をしてるのかなっていうふうに思ってた。僕は僕自身の開発が忙しかったのもあって、ただそれも、
that didn't happen, brother.
少しずつ収まっていくんだろうなっていうふうに僕は当時は見てた。
No, I agree. I agree. It's
ただ
fucking insane.
別の角度、今度はそのオリジナルの14チームの中のその視点としてはこのままだと本当にまずいもっと時間をかけて品質を上げないとっていうもちろん声を上げる人たちもいたけれど、会社って全体の判断としてはファイナルファンタジー11のスタートもそうだった。
Well, that's how it was for the Final Fantasy XI launch. Yo, sometimes you just gotta get some old heads out of the spotlight, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like as Nia just said in Twitch chat, them doing research for Final Fantasy XI, but then feeling that their experience of Final Fantasy XI was enough to secure Final Fantasy XIV to be good, and then doing no research at all, any type of market research, is the craziest fucking thing. And the fact that someone would suggest if they just kept going with Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 that it would eventually get better because that's what happened with 11, they're just so fucking, like, genuinely so brain dead. That game just was not it, bro. That just was not it. Like straight up. Way to set in their ways? Yeah, absolutely. Those who pioneer end up sitting on their laurels and thinking they're better. Yeah, resting on your laurels and shit makes you super complacent, which in reality just slows shit down for you. It's great. You always have to adapt. You always have to move with the fucking time, see the writing on the walls, and then be like, okay, we got to pivot. Yeah, well, I'm sure 1.0 got better in some regards, but as you said, it just wasn't enough, right? Like that wasn't enough. And obviously, they probably had to deal with the fact that, again, listen, WoW came out. WoW is so fucking popular. I have all the other games coming out that are copying WoW. That style of MMO in that particular time period was just so different with all these restrictions, gameplay-wise, server issues, lagging issues, where it's like, how is that going to really branch out into the masses, right? Like the reason why I think 14 is also so great is because of the fact that when they remade it, they do have the GCD system. Yes, it's slower than World of Warcraft's, but they have their own different identity. The way that they approach encounters are very different and whatnot. Like it's a game where it found its own path off of like the base global tab targeting global cooldown, which I think is awesome. So pretty crazy. Companies also get too big with a lot of layers on top, and it's tough to turn the Titanic. Yep. But Daddy Yoshi P did it. Daddy Yoshi P did it. On God. On God. No jump is crazy, by the way. No jump is crazy, by the way.
も大丈夫だと。最初は絶対こうなんだっていうふうに判断したので、ベータを終わらせてリリースへ踏み切ったっていうのが当時のジャッジだったって。僕はチームに入ってからインタビューをしてそれを確認したので、チームの中ではやっぱり議論はあったそうです。あのままじゃダメ、まずいっていう話は。ただ最終的なジャッジは今お話しした通り、11の時もそうだった。 でも11だってずっとパッチを続けてああなったじゃないかと。
Eventually, corporate realized that this wasn't usual launch problems, so they called on a few select members of the team to create a task force. This task force would research what changes the game needed and the resources the development environment would require to do the work. Members of that team would talk to Yoshida-san about their worries after hours. His thoughts were that the current organizational structure would need to be modified if the team was going to make the changes required. In October of 2010, Yoshida-san talked to the then Square Enix president Yoichi Wada and suggested they initiate a company-wide emergency to get the team the resources they needed. Wada-san spent a few days talking to the 14 development team about their concerns, and while a lot of the team had suggested that the current task force was in fact up to the task, some members of the 14 team had pleaded to have Yoshida-san join the project to help. And so it transpired that in late November, corporate took the decision to remove Hiromichi Tanaka from the team and move Nobuaki Komodo from director to lead designer. Both of their vacant positions would be filled by Yoshida-san.
Oh, hell, Yoshi P.
At that time, he was leading a team that was working on an original IP for Square Enix. He was disappointed to leave that team, but excited for the opportunity to work on one of the company's crown jewels, a numbered Final Fantasy game. So, he got right to work.
やらなきゃいけないことが当時3つあると思ってて、まあ順番にやってったんですけど、まずそのチームにまあ、オリジナルのチームにトップが変わります。で、あとそのタスクフォースメンバーもそのまま開発コアとしてリードに入りますっていう当然話をしなきゃいけない全チームに。ただ僕はドラゴンクエスト側のゲームを開発することが多かったので、そのほとんどのスタッフを知らないというか、まあ買おうと名前が
Going in, restructuring and reframing a whole fucking video game and not knowing the development team has to be the scariest shit ever. Imagine having to put all that weight on your back, redoing everything, and not being accustomed with the people that are working with you, and you wind up making the second most successful MMO of all time. Fucking insanity. Actually, legitimate insanity, bro. That's nutty.
知ってるスタッフはいたけど、その一緒に仕事したことがある人がほとんどいなかったので。
Unheard of? I agree.
まず Say Hello っていうところから。
No, valid.
で、一度もはみんな仕事したことがないからっていうところからで。まず Say Hello っていうところから。で、一度もはみんな仕事したことがないから、どんな仕事をする人間なのかを見てくれればいいよってまず。で、あ、こいつダメだと思ったら、
Damn, son, get the fuck out, bitch!
最初にして、一緒に仕事してみようでも一回はいいよね。
That's a good approach. It's a good approach.
ダメだと思ったら、本当すぐ抜けて構わないから、3ヶ月ぐらいまず一緒にやろうよっていう話を僕スピーチでした記憶があります。で、まあもう一回チャレンジするよ。まあ当然その時その申請するなんて話はまだ計画がなかったので。とにかく立て直しをやるよと、ギブアップはしないよっていう話をしたときに。
This whole documentary made me likes the game so much more. This cosplay Reaper Gunbreaker, yeah, he's GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. P was producer, yeah, no, dead ass. And when you learn the other shit he went through later, it will hit hard. That's fucking insane. We gotta watch more of it.
知ってる何人かは、よしやるぞっていう人たちと、もういい、もう無理だよっていう人たちと。なんだよこの急な体制変更って言ってまあ怒ってる雰囲気の人たちとっていうのが大体のその時の雰囲気でしたね。まあそんな中で今も14のサウンドディレクターやってるソケンがまあその話をしてた時と大きなホールだったんですけど、2階のサウンドブースで僕のマイクの調整とかやってくれてて、そのソケンがあいつだけですよやり直すぞっていうかその。リベンジするぞって言ったらガッツポーズしてたのはあいつだけです。今でも覚えてますよ。2階席で
That's crazy,
やってたんであいつ。
I saw both reactions. I saw the, oh my God, we just went through a year of hell and now he's asking us to go through a year and a half of hell to this point that might, be another failure because, no one had taken a game and rebuilt it in this manner before. So basically saying like, yeah, you just have to trust me and yeah, you could, waste another year and a half of your life and it could be a failure and but you're gonna have to believe me on this one. And so yeah, a lot of people are like, I can't do this anymore, I don't know. And I can understand that because again, it was a gamble. But then on the other hand, there were, a lot of us you know, myself included, but I mean, a lot of people on the team that were like, no, I mean, we worked so hard on this.
Yo, God, what up, baby?
And we did our jobs the best that we could, but for a lot of, you know, reasons, some circumstances that were out of our control, you know, decisions made by higher ups, decisions made by other teams that have, you know, affected our work, and nothing that we could do about it. But we had put our all into it, and we were invested in the project. We still believed in the project. To have someone from the outside come in, and not just come in to say, okay, you know, forget it, we're just going to do it my way or the highway. He's like, you know, he asked our opinions. He laid out a roadmap. He gave us a vision and a hope. And it, even though it seemed like it would be difficult to achieve, it didn't seem inconceivable.
Yoshi P knew there was no time to wait. He worked with corporate to make sure the team had time off, both for them to relax, but also to give him time to build his new vision, to do research playing other MMOs, and to help draft.
He actually seems like a legitimate leader that anyone would be lucky to be a part of. Like, he doesn't seem like a piece of shit. He truly believes, he seems like he wants to communicate with the team and give them things and get their feedback and actually listen, unlike the other people. As, like, you know, Torment was saying, when you don't fucking listen to anyone on the bottom, the people that are actually doing the groundwork, everything's going to collapse. He's a real one. He is absolutely a real one, bro. Straight up. I haven't checked out the new region yet, Gav. I'm going to check it out eventually, probably off stream. But what a fucking Giga Chad.
His plan
Giga
to
P,
deliver
bro.
the vision and how the team was going to do it.
Actual
they had very
Giga P.
little time to fix this game, so once they started, the specifications document would have to be watertight. And as captain of the ship, he needed to be able to answer every question the team
I'll give your mom a
have
Giga P, your mother's asshole.
Yoshida-san was now at the helm of his first Final Fantasy, and as an avid MMO fan, he was looking forward to getting in there and fixing it. What he couldn't have known at this stage was the scale of the job ahead of him, that no matter how much they patched Final Fantasy XIV online, they couldn't ever fix it. What they'd have to do was something that no developer had ever done, to rebuild an entire MMO while the original version was still running.
I don't think that they realized immediately that it was something that couldn't be solved via patches. I think they still believe that, you know, if we patch it, it'll be fine. And it wasn't until...
Wait, so hold on a second. I didn't... So they had to restart the whole game. Like, I know that's a silly question, but they didn't go from the base code they had. A Realm Reborn is a totally different game. Restart and restructure. Yoda Falcon, that is crazy. They had to build like a house foundation. Is fucked. Since it was a hard reboot. The gameplay system had to rebuild from the ground up. That's insane. Like, they sent the Meteor to 1.0 and destroyed it. No, deadass. AR Cinematic was hits different knowing this. Wow. Holy fucking shit. They used an entire different engine. That's insane. I think the fact that when you sit down and look at it, and because like, they used completely redesigned there, and like I didn't know I knew like obviously they rebooted, but I didn't know that they redid everything or almost everything like that. Working into the lore, as I said earlier, I think is a masterpiece, and that was very good on them. Because the engine with Force Use 1.0 was the engine used for 13. Holy shit. It still has a lot of spaghetti code from 1.0, but the devs had a fuck ton of miracles with it. Bro 1.0 and started again. That's crazy, bro. Genuinely fucking insane. Like, legit. As Tillian keeps saying, an impossible, ridiculous task that has probably never been... I don't know if this will ever be done. Again, the only thing I could think of that is somewhat similar, but even Cyberpunk is not the same, because Cyberpunk, I feel like they just put out a bunch of patches. They rebuilt the whole fucking game. I don't know if a other video game has ever done this. You know, like, fucking No Man's Sky. They didn't rebuild the game, they just progressively made it better with patches. Right? No live service game has ever done this. Yeah, closest PSO2 getting New Genesis. I mean, listen, I don't know much about Phantasy Star 2 and Phantasy Star New Genesis. I'll just say clearly that game does not have nowhere near the reception of this. So, and even then, yeah, they were able to reuse some stuff and open up the game, basically a new game. Yeah, that's fucking... I did not know that. I genuinely did not know that.
They evaluated and then brought in, you know, the
NoClip.
Yoshida-san came in and told them, okay, yeah, this is not something that can be patched. If we want to fix this, we're going to have to take a drastic step.
Yoshida spent 7 weeks researching and returned with 2 options for corporate. It was then he realized that it would be impossible to convert the current game into an MMO that could last the test of time. Ultimately, though, this was a decision that corporate had to make. So he returned with not 1, but 2 plans. Plan A and Plan B. During this meeting, he explained that Plan A would be to patch the game and make it more playable, but that ultimately the game would never really satisfy players.
Absolutely.
And though Square Enix may make their money back, the damage to the online brand would be catastrophic.
Yeah, they take a massive hit.
There was Plan B.
今のファイナルファンタジー4、当時のオリジナルのファイナルファンタジー14をパッチを当てて、そのできる限りポジティブに遊べるものにしながら、裏で全く新しいそのファイナルファンタジー14をもう一度作り直すっていうのがプラン B で、まあその話だけを聞くと、まあそんなバカなってなるので、当然どうやってそれを達成するか、チームを2つに分けて、
Yo, Don, what up, baby?
でどういったそのマネジメントスタイルでそれをやるのかで、大体発売時期はプレイステーション3版をリリースするっていうのがプレイヤーとの約束だったので、プレイステーション3の寿命が来る前にリリースしなきゃいけないので、2012年年末から2013年中には絶対リリースできるこの計画であれば。
Stark, dab you up, Stinky. Was good, was good. Hope you're having a great day.
ただ当然そんなことをしたことはないし、ゲーム業界で。しかも同じタイトルで作り直してるから、うまくいったとしても成功するかどうかはわからない。ただ少なくともやっぱりファイナルファンタジーってクレイジーだねとか、すごいことするねとか、少なくとも自分たちがミスしたことを認めて信頼を取り戻そうとしたっていう努力は見てくれてる人は多分見てくれるだろう。だからどっちをチョイスするかは会社に任せる。ただどっちであっても全力でやるよっていう話をプレゼンテーションして、まあ、結果的にはね、プラン B で言ってくれたんで、今こうなってますけど。
That's genuinely fucking insane. Like that is unheard of.
Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was in a state of disarray. Square Enix had decided to suspend subscriptions to help ease the negativity around the game, while the PS3 version was indefinitely postponed.
Good for
them.
them.
For the next 2 years, Yoshida-san and his team would work tirelessly on not one, but two MMOs.
Ridiculous.
Patching the original 1.0 to fans' expectations, while secretly working on a brand new version of Final Fantasy XIV. In our next episode, we focus on that 2-year period and tell the incredible story of the falling moon of Dalamud, the death of 1.0, and the birth of a new Eorzea.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. Shout out to NoClip, by the way. Everyone, please go watch this. Go sub to them. That is truly... I mean, we don't even know the full story yet. I didn't know that's how it went down. Again, I was under the impression that they kind of rebuilt off of the core of what we had, but clearly that is not the case. Watch part 2. I'm a little limited on time today, but we will be watching part 2 soon.